complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
You look at this defense for the Vikings.
They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem? When you give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
So this, Charles, on paper at least, not the most even of matchups. Polar opposite, really. I mean, on one sideline, you got the hottest team in the league, still unbeaten, and on the other side, a winless squad.
And that's why I owe you, and I owe you big, because you did email me this week to remember any given Sunday. That was a phrase you typed to me, and that's what we have to remember in this ball game. It resounds when you think about it. Unbeaten versus winless, any given Sunday, anything can happen in this league.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Levis on 3rd down.
Dancing to his left.
He'll get that to Charbonnet.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They'll run for it with Charbonnet.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Sold out there at the end with a dive to pick up the first.
Were you as surprised as I am that they actually ran the ball there?
Yeah, I thought they might throw it.
Me too, but instead, they went old-fashioned, ran the football, and he made that call correct with that dive at the end.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Again, it's Charbonnet.
Fights him off.
That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 13-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down.
Levis now off of play action.
They'll roll him out right.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Now Levis keeps it option left.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the 1st quarter of play.
2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Here's Levis.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Zach Charbonnet.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Seahawks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
54 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free, but we didn't.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Josh Oliver there to make the grab. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're getting
into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quadre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And bulldozing his way through. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. On the move to his left. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Up the middle they go. Conley, he'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
They'll keep it on the ground. Conley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
91 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Smith here, an audible at the line.
Fournette, a first down carry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Conley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Second and 10.
They'll try the air now with Smith. He's got the hook up with Conley. Touchdown, Vikings. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
The extra point up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here now, a 3rd and 20. Levis from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And taken at the 46. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Conley brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd down and 4.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And his throw here's incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Play action. It's Smith.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the 1st down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
2nd and 10. Here's Levis. He'll let one go deep for Howard.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. O.J. Howard in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Seahawks have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Second down, back to Fournette.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And now he appears to be in some pain. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
They'll try the left side. Conley. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Geno now to throw.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the 50, it's Smith. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
On second down, this is Madison.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now Geno. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Working from the gun, here's Levis. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
That'll be caught left side by Woods. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
From the 34-yard line, here's second and a yard. Levis to throw off play action. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Levis out of the shotgun now. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
A third quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up second and 10. Levis.
That's caught by Howard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Levis sets up to throw here.
And that'll be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that.
Touchdown, Seahawks. O.J. Howard with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Seahawks take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And with that, the lead is up to 8. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
Uchenna Nwosu picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 149 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough third down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on second down.
And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
On 2nd down, Conley, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Smith. And that is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
They'll try and run for it. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
This now a chance at the very least to burn some clock following that 4th down stop. Points would be ideal for some breathing room, no doubt. And really, a field goal would be huge. That would make it a 2-score game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Well, they go play action. Here's Levis.
And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Little bootleg here. Levis.
This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring.
This is caught. Touchdown. O.J. Howard from 6 yards away.
And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 15 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Vikings! A great play there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it, but he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
A 2nd down throw from Levis. He'll let one go deep for Howard.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Trying to improvise.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st down, Conley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Open man is Osborne. He's got him.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? Advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance of winning.
Yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
Levis now on 1st and 10. Right side complete. That's Woods. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Play action now. Levis.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked up by Joejuan Williams. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. CD, I know from working with you that you're about as old school as they come. Your thoughts on throwing that ball from the 1-yard line?
Yeah, I just got done walking my dinosaur, as you well know, and ordinarily I'm screaming, run the football from the 1-yard line. But if you are going to throw it, just take extra.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Up the middle they go.
Conley.
The ball carried by number 34. Taken back at the 19-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Throwing now, here's Levis.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Second and 6. That's out quickly to Bateman. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the victory here for Seattle. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your